Hey, welcome everybody to another Mr. Cashflow Live. We're trying to be here every Wednesday afternoon. It may not always be the same time, but I want you to be able to, I got a little bit of an echo going on here. I want you to be able to plan so that you can join us every week. If you have any questions, either for me or for my guest, anytime, please put them in the comments section. You can also contact me at the email address below there. Our aim is to introduce you to people who can help your business improve your cash flow with some new ideas and some new tactics. I am pleased today to have as my guest a friend. His name is Ibrahim Abughosh. I just know him as Abe. Abe, yes. Welcome to a Mr. Cashflow Live. Welcome. We're glad you're here.
Thank you, David. I really appreciate it. It's a pleasure to be on.
Abe's the president and CEO of Generation Proz. They've helped me out some with some of my digital marketing. And I thought, it would be a great idea to introduce the audience to digital marketing in general and why, especially right now, it's very important for businesses to get involved in digital marketing. But Abe, first of all, tell us a little bit about you. Who are you? Where'd you come from?
Yeah, definitely. So my name, as you mentioned, introduced me, Ibrahim, right? I, grew up, born and raised here in San Bruno, California, which also happens to be the headquarters of YouTube, believe it or not. So, grew up basically my whole life right next door to YouTube headquarters, so when I actually finished with school, I actually finished with finance, and I had a lot of sales background, and I thought to myself, and I actually was selling digital marketing technology at the time. And I thought to myself, okay, what's one way I can combine sales with digital marketing, with customer success, because I have a lot of experience in client success. And how am I going to be able to include all of these three aspects while representing where I'm from as well?
Excellent.
And I thought to myself, why not start a digital marketing agency where I help companies, make sure that they're getting the most out of their marketing. They're reaching everybody they can.
So that's essentially what Generation Proz is, right?
Yes.
A digital marketing agency. And you tend to focus on both YouTube and Google, right?
Correct.
So
Correct.
Was it tough starting in your own agency?
It definitely was not, a breeze. Definitely not a walk in the park, especially because, kind of starting off in the middle of a pandemic as well, starting a digital marketing for the agency for the first time, being an entrepreneur for the first time. It was definitely, not a walk in the park there. So, but overall, if with a lot of determination, a lot of grit, and if you're really passionate about what you want and how you want to help others, essentially you'll start to gain traction here, which is, what we've been doing. So great, for sure.
Define digital marketing, first of all. Exactly what is it? For those who might not be, for those who are old fuddy-duddies like me, I had to learn, what is digital marketing and why is it important for businesses right now?
Definitely. Yes, 100%. Digital marketing is essentially defined as, marketing in the modern day, right? Marketing in the matter of making sure that you're not just reaching people. Traditional marketing aspects are more of, hey, you're going to send people over a newsletter. You're going to send them over some sort of mail, right? You're going to go ahead and, hey, tell this person about me, right? That's more of traditional marketing, which a lot of people are used to. But digital marketing is going more into the technology aspect, going into the different sorts of avenues which people are interacting with on the internet, and making sure that your name is being put out there in one way, shape, or form. Digital marketing, all the channels combined all together.
There's a lot of competition out there for listening ears, isn't there? I mean, everybody's trying to get an audience.
Exactly. Anybody who's trying to get an audience, doesn't want to rely on the traditional word of mouth, traditional marketing tactics, and wants to go above and beyond when it comes to making sure that their name is out there.
Do you think there are any specific reasons why, like right now, is important for digital marketing over, say, traditional marketing channels? Those kinds of things. I got a brochure. I've got a website.
Yeah. It was really, really interesting because when the pandemic hit, it was back in March, right? And we were taking a look at Google Trends at the time, and we were taking a look at, the demand for different traditional digital marketing services, right? And the first month that the pandemic hit, there was a 358% increase in demand on Google for SEO consultants. So, it just goes to show for that the amount of the demand for traditional digital marketing has gone down since the pandemic. And especially in a time right now where more people are on the internet, more people are looking and really making sure and making purchasing decisions based on information that they're really looking into. Traditional marketing has definitely increased and will continue to do so.
Why specifically YouTube and Google?
Yeah, 100%. YouTube and Google has been known to the public, right, as the information hub. Anything that they want to search for, they are, users, whether it's you or me or whoever's searching a specific aspect on Google or YouTube, they are literally searching and they're raising their hand. Hey, I am interested in this topic, right? It's not like something where, you see like a YouTube, an Instagram ad come up out of nowhere or a Facebook ad come out of nowhere when you're not really that interested. But, when you're searching something, whether it's on YouTube and Google, and you're seeing relevant ads to what you're searching for, you're literally raising your hand. And, you have users raising their hand for your services, and you're able to show up there and then, which has been really effective for a lot of people.
Just like now they have it where if you walk into a certain store, you get coupons on your telephone. I still don't understand that entirely, but I know that it works. And I know that the stuff that we've done together on my YouTube channel has worked. If you're just joining us, this is Cashflow, Mr. Cashflow Live. I'm David Weiner, Mr. Cashflow, the CEO of Cashflow Strategies. I'm talking today with Abughosh from Generation Proz about digital marketing and why it's so important in today's world. Abe, what does an agency do? I mean, I could go on Google. I could create some ads. I can do Google My Business. I can get some referrals and put some YouTube videos up. What does an agency do?
Yes, that's a great question, David. And thank you so much for asking that. Like, anybody can go ahead and do that, right? Anybody can go up and put all these different views up and put all these different videos and posts to make sure that you're getting the most views as possible, right? Anybody can just go ahead and go ahead and do that. However, a digital marketing agency is here to be your helping hand at the end of the day, right? They are basically an expert in the field, right? Going and making sure that you have a successful ad campaign, making sure that you have a successful YouTube channel that's optimized correctly, making sure that you have everything that you need strategy-wise to succeed, right? Because it's more than what meets the naked eye for a successful YouTube channel or for a successful ad campaign of any sort. And that's where really the marketing agency comes into play, and also taking off some of the heavy lifting that comes into that as well, right? A lot of business owners out there, they don't have time to sit there and post videos, make videos, do all these different ad campaigns, perform SEO, different SEO, different SEO jobs. So it's really difficult to manage all these different social channels. So that's also another aspect where an agency comes in and helps, is the heavy lifting of everything that needs to be done in regards to different digital marketing aspects.
Do you actually create videos for people, or do they create videos and you market them, or how does that work?
Yeah, definitely. So, the whole another really like one of the main visions of Generation Proz is being an agency that helps from A to Z when it comes to YouTube. Whether it's video creation, and then everything A to Z after that, right? Whether it's the thumbnails, whether it's optimizing the videos, whether it's making sure that the tags are optimized as well. So A to Z. So there's different kind of packages we roll with when it comes to video creation and then just, optimization itself.
You also create the ads. You do all those kinds of things as well.
Correct. Yes. We will also go in and create the YouTube ad for our clients as well, and do all the optimizations when it comes to the YouTube ad as well. And we have a really cool strategy that we implement when it comes to the YouTube ads itself.
Yeah, you've got some amazing analytics that you can provide as well to show all kinds of things. You just showed me a new report this week that you're doing. Amazing. So people can actually see what the results of their campaign are, what the results of the things that you're doing are, and the things that they're doing together, just basically the growth of their digital marketing and that sort of thing.
Oh yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
What kind of results are you seeing for your clients?
Yeah. So it's, and that's really like where, I take a look at the end of the month, and I'm seeing all these channels grow, and I'm seeing all these campaigns, how profitable they are.
That's got to be fun for you. That's got to be fun for you.
Yeah, and it's like, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, I came through, right? There's we set out a task. Hey, we're gonna help a certain amount of people with certain parts of digital marketing, and we were successful in doing so. And so some of our clients, they come in and they have a YouTube channel, but they haven't been really getting a lot of views, and they want to make sure that they're getting a little bit more views, more traction, right? And when they start working with us, they start noticing an uptick in views, likes, comments, engagement, all the 9 yards. So looking at that and looking how that grows is really cool. And then also we have clients that, don't have a YouTube channel whatsoever. And then we literally create all their content. So, and then we're literally optimizing their tags, doing A to Z for them for their YouTube channel, and then looking at how their channel grows is really also pretty cool as well. So it's nice work for sure.
That's fantastic too. And a lot of business people don't realize that when your YouTube channel grows to a certain point, you can actually monetize it and create an extra stream of income for yourself.
Yes.
That's got to be the goal for a lot of people who are doing that on YouTube.
Oh yeah. A lot of our clients are pushing towards that way, and we actually had a few that actually reached it. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And at the beginning, you will see kind of because essentially what YouTube is paying you out on is the ability to place an ad on top, between, or at the end of your video. So that's essentially what they are paying you for, that space on your video, which is pretty cool concept.
Okay, you and I have talked. I have a lot of clients who are medical and dental practices. Let's say I don't want to say I'm Dr. Wiener. Let's say I'm Dr. Smith. And I don't do any digital marketing, but I'd like to get more patients. I'd like to, I'd like to be a thought leader. That's a big thing right now. And I'd like to attract more patients to my practice. What kind of advice would you give somebody who's not done any kind of digital marketing? Where do you start, especially like for a doctor or a dentist? How do you start? How do you get going with it?
A lot, and that's exactly, that's literally exactly where we help our clients, right? And that's really where we thrive is clients that, want to be able to market themselves, but don't necessarily, haven't necessarily put a lot of emphasis into it in the past, but want to be doing so, but don't have a lot of time as well, right? So I would say, some of the recommendations is, don't be shy to get in front of a camera, right? That's one of the biggest things. David, you do an excellent job of that, by the way.
If you can get in front of a camera with a face like this, anybody can get in front of a camera.
Don't say that. You look fine. You look great.
So even if somebody has no background in it, they could get in touch with you and get some ideas on how to get started. Can they get started at a fairly reasonable rate? I mean, without spending a ton of money, just kind of dip their toe in the waters a little bit?
Oh yeah. Or basically, the majority of our clients, they're actually small to mid-sized companies, startups in that aspect. So that's basically how our pricing model is set up, just like that, right? So we're fairly, when it comes to like pricing, it's fairly reasonable, and we're able to if it makes sense on their end,
Sure.
usually 9 times out of 10 it works out.
Sure. Well, let me open it up to any kind of questions, comments, things that you'd like to know, either from Ibrahim or me. If you just put them in the comments section, we'll go ahead and address those here. If you're watching the recorded version of Mr. Cashflow Live, you can always add the comments as well. I'll get them by email. I'll make sure that Abe gets a chance to answer any questions directed to him, and I will get back to you quickly as well. So if there are any comments, go ahead and put those in the comments section. I'd also like to know if you had any suggested topics for future Cashflow live streams. I will let you know that next week on Wednesday afternoon at 4 o'clock Eastern, we'll be talking to attorney Hap Richardson on Georgia property tax appeals. And it really,
Nice.
He works in Georgia, but it applies pretty much anywhere in the country. And then the following week, especially for my CPA clients, I'm going to be talking to Robert Taylor from Cost Segregation Services, Inc. about the IRS activity grouping election to avoid passive loss restrictions. I know I just went right over the head of most of the people who are watching, but that's okay. If you know what the IRS activity grouping election is, he's going to answer all of your questions and talk about how professionals who own property can turn passive income and passive losses into active income and active losses and save bundles on their taxes. So that's coming up on Mr. Cashflow Live. I haven't gotten any questions or comments yet, so I'll give it just another minute. Abe, anything further that you want to say about digital marketing in today's economy?
Yeah, with the demand, with it being more competitive in today's space, more people are understanding that they need to invest in digital marketing. The strategies to being successful in it are definitely getting more intense, it's just very, very interesting to see, how digital marketing is transforming over the years, and how YouTube as well is, in that aspect. But yeah, David, I mean, it's definitely been a pleasure to come and speak with you here, on Mr. Cashflow Live. It's definitely really, really cool. And I'm glad with all the work that we've been doing so far, and I'm excited.
I am too. And if you've been to my YouTube channel, you see some of the work that Abe helped me to do there. And if you haven't been to my YouTube channel, shame on you. You should go there. Here it is. This is the YouTube channel for Cashflow Strategies. And if you want to be notified of any future YouTube live broadcasts, go ahead and go there, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification button, and you will get an update every time when we're planning a live stream for Mr. Cashflow Live, and when we go live. And so you can choose the topics that are appropriate for you, and you can jump on in with us. One more time, I'm going to check the comments to make sure we're good. And Abe, I want to thank you for joining me on Mr. Cashflow Live. You and I will be talking soon, and I hope you'll be talking to a lot of the folks that have been watching, and that this helps them grow their business, increase their cash flow, and your business as well as it gets off the ground. So thanks for joining me.
Great. Thank you so much, David. Thank you for your time.